Now, a situation where I have, for example, and I'm told to name this compound. To name this compound, I need you to know that if I have something like a dot, this is also a compound. Every dot represents carbon. So this is just one carbon. And around every carbon that is single, you have 4 hydrogens. And when you have 4 hydrogens, this simply means that this is mets, single bonds in methane or methane. Now when you have a line, there's carbon here, there's carbon here, there's carbon here, and there's carbon here. So that means if this is carbon, I have carbon, carbon. If I have this, I have this. There's carbon here, there's carbon here. So this is carbon, carbon. Carbon, carbon. Now, around this I have this, I have this, I have this, I have this, and I have hydrogen. So when you count it, when you have C2 and H6, everything is single bond. C for Earth. Single bond. The hydrogen is complete. Assuming you lost hydrogen, it will not have up to 6. So for the fact that the oxygen is complete, it means A. It's A, single bond, ethane. So this is an ethane. Now, if you know this, when you now have a structure like this, T, what you call T in alphabet, English alphabet, for you to name this now, you need to know that there is a carbon. There is a carbon here. There's a carbon here, there's a carbon on this region, and there's a carbon at this region. And in naming of hydrocarbon compounds, is either you're going straight this way, or maybe if you're even going this way, you're going this way, but you continue, however you're going. But if you go this way, then go this way, is okay. But if you're going this way, you maintain it. But the minute you go this way, then you leave something hanging here. Then you come and start going this way. That means that when you're naming this compound, it's either you're going from this way or you are going from this way, because the first goal is always to find the longest carbon chain. I'll teach you rules of IUPAC nomenclature in our next class. So the first rule is to find the longest carbon chain, and if you're finding the longest carbon chain of this compound now, it's either you're going this way or you are going this way. And this is also a compound. How about we'll name this compound when we are done with naming this one? So if I know this now, it means that for me to name this compound, it's either I'm going this way, or I'm going this way, or I'm going this way. These are the possible ways. And whichever way you go, you see that you have 3 carbons, because if I go this way, it's now 1, 2, 3 carbons. If I go this way, it's 1, 2, 3 carbons. That means if I'm going this way or this way, what is left, if I go this way, what is left here is an attachment. If I go this way, what is left here is an attachment. And if I go this way, what is left here is an attachment. What is left here is an attachment. So whichever way you choose to go, but I will go this way. And when I go that way, so I said I will go this way. So if I'm going this way, it simply means that if I'm going this way, simply means that what I have here is now an attachment. An attachment, you call it branch or substituent. And remember I told you that whenever carbon is your attachment, it is called alkyl. An alkyl, remember I told you that anytime you're doing anything hydrocarbon, this arc, always ignore it. So the useful part of alkyl is just you carrying this, and you knowing that alkyl simply means hydrogen. That is alkene. Alkene minus 1 hydrogen. Alkene minus 1 hydrogen. So this is your attachment, and this is a carbon here. So just one carbon means mates. And since it's an attachment, I told you every carbon attachment is called alkyl. Just carry the YL, put it here, it becomes methyl. So if you know that this is methyl, you now need to know that if this is 1, 2, 3, 3 carbon means prop. If this is 3 carbon, everything is complete. It's A, propane, single bond, propane. If it's propane, and this is 1, 2, 3, going this way, 1, 2, 3. This attachment happened at position 2, so this is 2 to the methyl. So if this is 2 to the methyl, naming this compound, it will now be 2-methyl propane. So that's the name of this compound, 2-methyl propane. So right here we have a compound, a hydrocarbon compound that looks like this. Now know that every edge has a carbon. So there's carbon here, there's carbon here, there's carbon here, there's carbon here, there's carbon, 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 carbon. So for every break or every point out, you need to know that there is a carbon. Now once you know this, the next thing is to check the longest carbon chain. Alright, in checking the longest carbon chain, I see that if I'm going on this is the same thing as having this way, this way, this way. Everything straight, everything straight, straight, everything, straight, everything. If I go this way, I cannot go this way, and this is still having more. Straight this way, straight this way, straight this way, straight. So my longest carbon chain is this way. This is my longest carbon chain. This is my longest carbon chain. So if I know that, I now know that this is 1 carbon, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17,